Hello, this is Vanessa Love, and this is my channel about the mental health field and related topics. Or whatever I feel like. Okay, so I want to address the comments about my ums, likes, you knows, I means, all of that. So, I've kind of addressed it before. I think that being on YouTube, it changes how you perceive how other people should talk. Also, if you watch a lot of TV, it changes how you feel that people should talk. Apparently, everyone should just know what they're saying, know what they're doing, definitely never have an a like, or whatever, and it just doesn't work that way. I feel like I'm a real person, and I know that I have limitations, and that's one of my limitations. My brain is beautiful, but it has some drawbacks. And I can definitely explain why. So earlier I did cry about this, so I'm trying not to. So I might cry. It's a thing, because what I go through is so frustrating that I've worked on it, and to have it kind of go back to where it was is so frustrating because that's where my brain naturally is. Okay. Before I addressed the candida issue, I had brain fog. So I already had a problem with my brain, right? Because of what I was eating, and because of the overgrowth in my system, and because of trauma, because why wouldn't those all be related? So after I was able to address the candida, I had other food allergies. Oh, sometimes I feel like I'm allergic to air. I'm not. I'm glad that I'm not allergic to water, because that would be even worse. But I'm allergic. I'm allergic to mint and lavender, and for focus, there's always mint, and for relaxation, there's always lavender. I kind of wish that lilac would take off a little bit more, but it happens. So in all that time, there were things that obviously my brain didn't get to do. My brain is amazing, as I said, and beautiful and wonderful, and can remember so many details that I'm so proud of how many things I can absolutely do with my brain. I feel like there's a lot of places where I lucked out, but one of them is the connection to words. Whereas other people will remember 10 words if you just give them a letter. If I was like, hey, what a name, 10 words that you can come up with the letter L. I've had to practice this, because when I was assessed by an occupational therapist to have sessions, I could only come up with 3. It was bad. It's been bad. I had those all in October, and I kind of tested myself the other day, and yeah, it's still 3, 5, that I can come up with automatically. So there's something wrong. And if you don't know, trauma rewires your brain. It makes it difficult to do some things. And having depression in high school, anxiety, it just makes everything very difficult to not even remember. You remember everything, but it just makes it tough to stand up for yourself, be assertive, all of the things that are required to be a person. So there is this really, what is that called? J.P. Spears does a skit. There we go. J.P. Spears does a skit where he talks about what it feels like, or he demonstrates what it feels like to have anxiety and depression. And when someone talks to you and you feel like you are silent for a minute before you say anything, that's what it felt like for me in all of high school. And I have sentences that I didn't complete in high school that still run through my brain, where I'm like, yeah, I just want to go back to that situation and say it, to complete it, to be done with it, and I can't. My brain obviously knows it can't go back, and so it's an unfinished sentence, and it's just hanging out there all the time. There's a lot of them. It used to cause me a lot of social anxiety. I had to definitely stop that. With socializing. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't stop socializing. I socialize all the time. But I try to reduce my anxiety when I'm in a large group of people, because I will inevitably leave and be like, oh, I forgot to say all these things that I could have said. And then, yeah. And then my brain will be like, and everyone hates you. Oh, great. Thanks, brain. I'm glad that everyone wants to hang out with me and hate me at the same time. It's good. So, yes, there are things wrong with my brain. And what's even more frustrating is trying to find a teleprompter, like, website where I could put in everything and just try to read it. Oh my God, that's the most frustrating. I tried to do it. I really did. Oh my God. My brain registers it, which is how I can read fast. But my mouth is like, it's the thoughts that interrupted. It's the thoughts that interrupted. Because just as I'm about to say it, my brain is like, are you sure that that's what you're saying? That's so stupid. You're coming across stupid. You're stupid. And then I'm like, and by that time the teleprompter's done, or my brain is like, oh yeah, no, I have no problem with this, and then continues on and does all of this stuff. Recently, someone told me that I should digest what I'm thinking before I do the video. And I'm like, do you not think that, one, I think about this for 2 weeks to a month before I actually do it? And two, do you think that I don't repeat it over and over and over again, like I would a script, like I would in a play, until I get it down packed, and then I come on here, and then I think, oh my God, so many people are watching this, oh my God, I can't do this, oh, I'm so stupid, and then I just come out with the no's and the likes, and the ums. So, I don't want to change it. I'm going to obviously do the exercises to continue to make sure that my brain is okay, but I'm not going to change this. I really tried. I even had a speech class when I was in college. I think it was one of my first college classes at San Diego State was an oral communication class. We got up and talked all the time. You know what? It didn't help. It didn't help me. You know, it did help. All of the group therapy sessions I've had to do, facilitate as a therapist, as a student therapist, as a recreational therapy assistant. That's what it is. I've had to do that so often. Oh, I had to do that as an intern many, many, many billions of times. Oh my gosh. That's what helped me, just the repetitiveness of it. That's why if someone was like, hey, get up and talk about nuclear fusion for like 15 minutes, I'd be like, okay, yeah, let me go. You need me up there? Sure. I know nothing. I'll still do it because I can. So there is a lot to this, and I appreciate the attempts at the feedback. It's not going to work for me. I already know that. There has to be something else, maybe. But also, maybe you should just accept that some people are flawed, and that's okay. I'm not going to make it on YouTube. I am on YouTube. I'm not a YouTuber. It's just one of those things that I'd become mean if I was famous, so I'm not particularly out there looking to edit out all of my ums. I did have a friend who would do that for my podcast. We had a falling out, as I usually do with my guy friends, because they have feelings and I don't, or because their girlfriends or wives get upset at me for no particular reason. I'm sorry. Like, it happens so often that I'm like, I exist, that's it. So I have so many videos, I make so many videos, and unless I want to spend $500 and never see that money ever really come back as an investment, then I don't have the time, the energy to make sure that this looks polished. That's not who I am. I like the imperfection. I really do. There's something about that imperfection that is so beautiful. I hope that you have a chance to just really enjoy some like improvised, what we'll call it, jazz, like the Bad Plus, or any of like the folk music that just has that little bit of like, just not even realness, but like the imperfections in it. There are a lot of music, like there's probably a lot of songs that you actually like that have imperfections in them that you don't hear, but are actually so beautiful. And I'm okay with this. I wish that everyone else seemed like they were okay with it without like trying to be like, hey, this is how you should talk. um, People have already tried to change me. It's not happening. I've tried to change. It's so frustrating that I'd rather not. I just rather not. I would rather put out a video, have people love and hate it, and just be on my way. I really just want to be here for my clients and occasionally do a video because I think it's cool. And I like talking sometimes. Also, it actually helps to reduce the ums, likes, and whatever else I say. So that, like, I really kind of need this. So please just accept that this is who I am and I'm okay with it. I don't need any feedback. Thank you so much for your feedback. It's just, I'm an interesting case, and I don't know if you're ever actually gonna find something that helps me. If you do, please, I will take that to the occupational therapist and be like, this is what I need to work on. But otherwise, I'm good. All right. Thank you so much. I will hopefully talk with you soon, and I hope you have a beautiful day. All right, thanks. Bye.